Hello, hello, hello. Hi everyone, welcome to Ruby Rose Tarot. I hope that you are all doing well, swell. And that you've kept your noses clean whilst I've been on my hiatus. Apologies I wasn't around last week. It was my daughter's birthday. She is a Gemini Cancer Cusp. But I'm here now. Huge shout out to Akuma. I hope that you are doing really well, sweetie. Huge shout out to my Joey. I hope that everything is all good in the hood, darling. Because I know that you are a Cancer moon, so this reading resonates in the same way for you. Okay, and a huge shout out to all of my fellow Cleos out there. Cusp of Oscillation. Let's get it. Let's find out what you need to know. Let's find out what your higher self has been meaning to tell you, but you may not be listening. All right, so Cleos, this is a general reading. So this is not going to apply to absolutely every single one of you gorgeous beings, okay? So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. It may be worth checking out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, dominant signs for those readings when I do upload them. And it also may be worth checking back into this reading a few weeks or months from now to see where you are at. Finally, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you find this reading, it is meant to be for you. It may show up in your recommended, it may pop up in your autoplay. It may pop up days, weeks, months, or even years after I have originally uploaded it. There may be something in this reading that the universe wants you to know, so do not click off. Okay, and cross watchers, as always, you know this is your home too. So pull up a pew, sit down, take a load off. You may find some interesting tidbits in this reading that will allow you to better understand your Cleo and what may be going on with them right now. So Cleo, what is your higher self trying to tell you? What's your higher self saying? Wow. Nice. I can't say I like this. All right, Cleo, here we go. So really high level, Cleo, something is coming in which some of you may already be aware of, okay? And there is a need for you to create a plan B. All right, so I am going to go into the meaning of that in a minute. Looking at the general energies, I feel that many of you were involved with an individual or will be getting involved with, but I can't see it. I feel it's past. With an individual who was selfish and thoughtless and only really interested in what they could get out of this situation as opposed to thinking about you and your welfare, my gorgeous Cleos. Now, I do feel that many of you are setting your course. You've learned a lot. You've learned a hell of a lot. And I feel that many of you are kind of diversifying your options right now. But there is something quite big that may piss you off, Cleo, that could be coming in. But let's have a look at the root of the read. Okay, so the root of the read is the Three of Roses, and this is loving elementals. So This card is here to tell you that joy will soon be increasing. It also encourages you to remember to have fun, Cleo. Bring more playfulness to your daily life. Let yourself sing a little and laugh a lot. Call on the elementals to inspire you in this and in other areas. They are a font of fun and upliftment that can expand the joy in your life in great measure. Now, Cleo, Cancer and Leo generally have fantastic senses of humor. Okay, now for this to come up, and especially in the root of the read, it suggests that you may not have been laughing as much or as hard as you as you naturally do. Now, it could be because of a shit show of a relationship that you may have been involved in, or shit show of relationships, plural. It may be because of a work situation that's just not going your way. It may be for a plethora of different reasons. But what this card and the root, and with it being in the root of the read, is trying to tell you is that you need to find that fun place, find that sense of joy, that childlike spirit again. Okay. Quite a few major arcanas here, guys. So let's get into it. So in the foundation of the read, we have got the scribe. Okay, so, and it's number 12. I feel that many of you are frantically learning, all right, for different things or different lessons. This card indicates a great upsweep in mind and study for you. If there is any subject with which you'd like to acquaint or reacquaint yourself, do so. It's not just for the sake of study, although that's always a good thing. This period of higher mind and higher learning is nothing less than a change your life or even change the world opportunity. Just as the Wright brothers began by studying the flight patterns of birds, you can rise up on the wings of discovery now. There may be a teacher or even an entire school that can help you with this upliftment. Be sure to seek out the right person or place of learning. You could also become a writer or teacher yourself at this time, elevating and contributing to others. If you're involved in any legal matters, there is a person who can help you with this. Let your great vision guide you to him or her. This could also be a time when you might find yourself writing proposals, grants, essays, blogs, articles, or books. Notice what compels you and be sure to answer the call. Like I said, many of you Cleos will be in a mode of learning. Now, some of you, I feel it's spiritual, doesn't have to be. It could be in the 3D. So it could be learning about something in relation to your career or prospective career. Now, some of you may be learning from a specific teacher, or it could be from an entire school. You may have joined an online group, for instance, in order to better understand and learn whatever it is that you need to learn. But whatever it is that you are learning will not only change your life, it may have the potential to change the lives of other people as well. Some of you may also be inclined to go into writing. So if you are a writer, this is a really great time for you. For those of you who are interested in becoming a writer, again, really fantastic time for you. On top of all of this, especially, if for those of you who are embroiled in legal wranglings, you will find the person that will be able to assist you out of that pickle as well. So it's really great. So it's either you meet someone who is very scholarly or very knowledgeable, or you yourself are acquiring that knowledge by learning through either a specific teacher or through a school or an online group. Okay. So the next card we have got is the Master Artisan, all right, which is the 8 of Keys. Now, what this is screaming at to me is that many of you will be, again, it's to do with learning, but mastering it. This card indicates that you now have the opportunity to offer your talents, your purpose, and your gifts to the world, making a contribution to many. Don't be shy and don't hold back what you have to share. It's not the time to hide your light under a basket. As a matter of fact, you may now find yourself teaching, it's repeated, or training your skill set to others. You may also be demonstrating your gifts and performing your talents publicly. Even if your gifts lie in the ability for loving, compassionate care, you will be sharing those gifts with others. In this period of time, you can build your reputation and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So take action, put yourself out there and let yourself shine. There is much beauty and empowerment for you to bring to the world. So I'm going to come at this from a 5D and then I'm going to come at this from a 3D perspective. All right, 5D. Many of you may be learning a lot with respect to spiritual alignment, finding your higher self, better knowing yourself, using many different divination types of systems or many different programs. And what you are learning will either result in you teaching others so that others can also find that enlightenment, also find that growth and that inner knowing, or it is creating and sharing. You've learned to be able to fully love, truly, it may be a soul's contract type of masterclass. Learning about yourself and how to relate to others. You then use that knowledge to then learn to better love and contribute to society. So that's the 5D element. Now for the 3D, some of you may be learning. So you may be going off to uni, going off to college, learning on the job. You may be on a secondment. And with what you are learning, you are then again either being able to teach other people how to do what it is that you've learned, changing the world, or you're able to utilize that. How do I put it? Utilize what it is that you've learned and the love and compassion that you put into what you do. Other people see it and they replicate it. So you're not physically teaching them, you're teaching them by example, through and by example. So you'll be building your reputation up during this time, taking advantage of the opportunities that are coming your way during this time. Beautiful. So there is another major arcana in your foundation. So I do feel it's quite a pivotal time for you guys. And we've got Adsum, number 22. Adsum is a single word that has many, many meanings. First, it affirms your own strength and focus on the present. You can use it as a command word whenever you find yourself distracted from what's at hand. So say, Adsum, I am here, and feel yourself attend to the situation or person before you. This word also declares your arrival at your goals and all your wishes coming true. Say, Adsum, I arrive, and take a moment to see yourself reaching your goals absolutely. Whenever you get this card, know that you're on your way to the results you seek with the help of others and the glorious help of Spirit. This card also reminds you to be assured that no matter what's happening in your life, Spirit is always there for you. They reach out to you, sharing their light and power and serving you in every way. From the least to the highest, from grandma to the divine, an eternal community attends you. Say Adsum and take some time to attend them too. You can act on your promise to God as Spirit lifts you upon their shoulders. You are present for each other and together you arrive at your dreams. So what this is telling me is that you have spiritually quite the team behind you, whether you believe in this or not. So it could be a passed on loved one. It could be your grandma or your granddad. For others of you, it could be it could be a mom, it could be a dad, it could be an auntie, it could be an uncle, it could be a brother, it could be a sister. But rest assured, you're not on your own during this time, and they're with you during this time, guiding you. So they may pop up in your dreams. They may give you little messages here and there. One, to make you aware that they're there. If you're, if you remain in the present, you will see those messages. And always make a note of your dreams. But they're there to help you to get to your goal. They're there to help you to get to what you've promised yourself before you came here you were going to do. So this is a reassuring read. You're going to learn that you are in the process of learning either about yourself or about a specific skill set that you will then impart upon others by teaching them or by teaching through example. But you also have a strong spirit team behind you as well. So absolutely stunning reading. Now, there is a fly in the ointment. We have got Four of Roses, views of the ego. This card shows that there may be a thoughtless, selfish person in your life, whether in a love, friendship, family, or business relationship. This person is self-absorbed and makes plans only in terms of how they affect him or her. You may have lingered too long repeatedly giving to this person, even though you haven't received much in return. You've tolerated this dismissiveness because you kept hoping that things would get better, or perhaps you were too afraid to step away. You are called now to be aware. All right, so this may trigger some people. This person is unlikely to change, and you may be delaying the inevitable. Take an honest look in your mirror and see how staying in this relationship affects your future. Now, I had a similar conversation with Gemini, Cancer, Cuspies. No, my bad. Taurus, Gemini, Cuspies. Some of you may still be with this person. For others of you, you are still stuck in the cycle, but not physically with this person. Now, many of you really wanted and believed in this person, male or female. But, and as I explained to Taurus, Gemini, Cuspies, if you keep someone who is either low vibrational or who is not in keeping with your direction, not in keeping with where you need to be, where you need to go, the energy that you're putting into there will cause a failure somewhere else. So I don't know, Cleo, whether you've even noticed scenarios where you've been involved with someone and that person was a shit, a proper shit, but you really invested your time and energy into that person. You put absolutely everything into it, blood, sweat, and tears. And it was always the same thing. But you held out because there were good things that they showed you, the potential that they showed you. Potentially they could change. Potentially things will be different. But what you always got was Jekyll and Hyde. What you would have also noticed is that because of the time and energy and resource you'd plowed into there were other areas of your life that were also impacted inadvertently. It may have had an impact on your career. Some of you may have lost your job, you may have lost respect, you may have lost a position. For others of you, it could have been that you ended up having arguments with family members or friends, and they ended up extricating themselves out of your life. And when you sit down with it, you'll realize it all boiled down to this one individual. But it wasn't even them. It was the energy that you plowed into it, knowing full well that this person is not going to change. Now, I feel I am preaching to the choir, Cleo, because looking at the present energies, it looks like you're sailing away from that. So we have got the Three of Scrolls. This is a great time to broaden your horizons in both your personal and business lives. Don't limit yourself to one direction. Your opportunities are greater than just what you see. When you widen your scope, you'll find your way to limitless options and boundless wealth. This card can also show a potential partnership or affiliation among 3 people who can be helpful on your path. Travel or relocation may be on the agenda too. There's a need for you to broaden your horizons. And again, I don't even feel I need to tell you this. I feel that many of you already know. Now, this is both in the personal sphere, which again, I don't think I need to tell you this, but I also feel it's in the professional one as well. Diversifying, which is the next card, coincidentally. Having several options and opportunities and seizing those several opportunities. But interestingly, there could be a partnership that you could be getting involved in. But what this involves is 3s. So when I say 3s, it could be that you may meet a group where there's 3 individuals in there. And within that group, you may go into a partnership with that one person, or, there is something significant around 3 individuals here for you. So Cleo, always bear that in mind. But there's a need for you to widen your horizons here. But these 3 individuals may be helpful to you. And for some of you, there could be a relocation on the cards as well. Okay, especially if you've been thinking about it. The next card we've got is the 5 of Scrolls. So with this card, you'll find it's time to diversify. Exactly. There are many options for you to consider, and you should take a look at all of them. Allow yourself to try new things, go to new places, learn new subjects, break out into different directions, and meet new people too. Don't worry about scattering your energy too thin. You're in a period of expansion, so use it. Let yourself go farther afield than you planned. In the end, you will diversify in ways that introduce you to a whole new you. I feel that many of you Cleos are moving away from a situation which was stifling for you. And many of you, that situation may have been many moons ago. But maybe you've been stagnant for a period of time. But you're setting your course now. You're learning new things, meeting new people, or you are about to. Diversification is where it's at, and that is slap bang in the middle of the reading. You need to diversify. Be open to these new options, even if it's so far removed from what you would normally either go towards. And I don't actually feel that this is love. It could be. But I feel that these are options that you may have ruled out in your head for whatever reason. But look at them truthfully. And dip your toe in and see whether or not it's worth the gamble. Through these exercises, you will learn a heck of a lot about yourself. The last card in the present energies is the Light of the World, number 10. An old sage holds a glowing lantern and knocks on a door with no latch. A young man inside is too distracted to answer the knock. Your divine being is trying to get your attention. So what your higher self is trying to do, and I laughed about it, and it was a little joke at the beginning, but it may be true for many of you Cleos. Your higher self is trying to get your attention. All it takes is a moment of your awareness to open that door. Though your life may be busy, and I kind of can attest, many of you may be busy with different, especially if you're studying or doing different things or learning different crafts and, you know, looking into different arenas, your mind's preoccupied right now. Okay, so though your life may be busy, the opportunity now presents itself for you to move into a higher awareness. It's a great time to open to your higher self and all its wisdom and powers. It's your soul, your eternal being who approaches, but it is up to you and only you to open the door. You do that by taking real and regular action in knowing and feeling the wise and radiant being you are forever. Through meditation and study, this keeps coming up, you can own that enormous love, power, and vision. You can make every day sacred by going within. Once you do, you will know a radiant and greater power in every step and with every word. You will be able to bring this magnificent force to your world, changing your life forever. Your higher self, Cleo, is trying to talk to you. Your higher self is asking for you to open that door to him or her in order for you both to align and for you to be able to go towards these opportunities that are here for you. To create that wisdom, to create that radiance that is within you. To create that feeling of enormous love, that enormous power. To have your visions realized. So I do feel that it's quite a productive week or couple of weeks, Cleo. However, the overarching energy here, and It ain't great, so I'm pre-warning you now. Is the lookout. So this card tells you to be on the lookout. There is a challenging situation, perhaps even a battle of sorts, around you. You could experience a sudden fall or a loss of your position, but if you are aware, you can make a backup plan that will help you ride through this difficult time a little more easily. This phase may be temporary, but it's important to keep your balance. Your strength will carry you through to a better time to come. Something may want to try and knock you off your perch, Cleo. Some of you may actually have a physical fall during this time, so again, be mindful of that. And others of you, it may be a fall from a position. So you may lose your job, or there may be a demotion of some kind, or you feel that the respect and prestige that you may have held will be dropped. Now, I feel it is temporary, whatever this is. As in, I feel that the disappointment, the blow, is temporary. But what I'm also getting from this is that your higher self is probably trying to knock on the door to pre-warn you that, yeah, there may be a big challenge coming up, Cleo. Knock, knock. Cleo, I'm trying to reach you. They may be telling you that there may be a challenge that you've got to see that may try to knock you off balance. Now, there's a need to create a plan B for the vast majority of you. Now, that fall from grace, that fall of position, may be in a relationship, could be in a role, could be a physical one. Could be a disappointment of some kind that may knock you. But just remember, it is temporary. You will rise above it. And also remember that your highest self, through meditation, through you really feeling what's going on within you, will be able to steer you in the right direction. And trust in that. So I feel that this is a really... I feel it's going to be an inspirational period for you, Cleo. You're going to learn a lot, either through physically putting yourself through lessons, as in study, through a school, or finding a mentor or a teacher. But I feel that whatever it is that you're learning is going to set you up really nicely for opportunities that are going to come in the future. Yo, Tower card fell out in reverse, so I kind of feel that many of you may know what this is, this challenge. All right, so Cleo, let's move on to love. So I'm putting it up as the new kid on the block, but it could be the ex that may show up in this reading. But so far, it's only been new love that have been showing up, or blockages, for the other readings. So let's find out what it is that you need to know in relation to love, Cleo. I do feel that something new is coming in that will be a wish fulfillment for you, Cleo. Genuinely do. But let's see how receptive you are to it, though. Alright, Cleo. We've got the Chariot energy here. Oh. Cleo, I kind of feel that you may have felt left out in the cold. All right. So there may have been a situation where, you know, again, it could be this person, this selfish, thoughtless person, that's made you kind of feel that you've been pushed out. They may be ignoring you, or especially if you've reached out to them, or it may be that they're just not taking any initiation towards you at all. And I think it's created a little bit of difficulty for you. I think it was a negative change in circumstances that created this snowball effect for you. Now, straight up, for some of you, you may have escaped a situation where, it was toxic. But again, it doesn't have to be. Now, we've got the Chariot energy, which is half of your energy. All right, the Cancer side. So I do feel that you are actually overcoming these obstacles. So the obstacles that were put in your way, you're overcoming them. With the view that no obstacle will stop you now. So I feel that in the foundation, you are ready, willing, raring to go. You've got in the car. You've rolled down those windows. You've got a key in the ignition. You've even turned the key. Engine is humming. You're ready to go. But I also feel that, and it might not apply to all of you Cleos, but I'm just going to say what I see. Some of you may have escaped a toxic situation, or maybe in the process, maybe that's you getting out of a toxic situation. For others of you who are already out of that toxic situation, some of you may be deceiving yourselves. Because I feel that some of you are still tied to this past situation. Devil energy. Some of you may want a reconciliation here as well. 3 of Cups. Or at least you want to get to a place where you can be friends with this person again. But I feel that there's obsessively thinking about things. So it's either obsessively wanting for this person to return, or obsessively still attached to this person, knowing that they're going to return. For some of you, it could be an Aquarius, it could be a Cancer, it could be a Capricorn. For some of you as well, I'm also getting you're breaking free of the tie that binds you with this person, and you may be actually venturing out to have some fun with your friends. Seeing people, going out, gatherings, reunions, parties, festivals. I think Glastonbury's on, isn't it? Some of you may be going to weddings or engagement parties or graduation parties or baby showers. But there is a toxic energy that either you're deceiving yourself around, that it doesn't exist, and some of you are still tied to a past situation and you want that situation to return. Or I do feel that for some of you, you are making a break for it, leaving this toxicity behind and spending more time with your family and friends, embarking upon, like I said, reunions, parties, celebrations, socializing. And for those of you who haven't, with that being the last card, you're about to. It'll be in the next few weeks. Now, in terms of the present energies, we have got the Judgment card. I feel that many of you have been doing a lot of self-evaluation. You may be judging yourself, but I also feel that you are also judging this other person as much as well. There's a need for you to forgive the situation, but not forgiving the situation for them. No, 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 no. You are forgiving the situation for you, Cleo, and for you alone, in order for you to release the toxicity of it, the devil energy surrounding it. I feel that many of you are a bit frustrated. You're in a routine, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. Things are going fine, you're persevering, but I feel it's the slowness of it. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the deck. And I feel that this stagnancy is conflicting you. Now, straight up, for some of you, you may be waiting for some sort of message or something from this past person. But I actually feel it's more so that it's an inner conflict that's going on inside of you. Maybe some of you are even questioning whether you want to be in a long-term commitment or whether you're even going to achieve getting a long-term commitment. But there's an inner conflict. Or even a sense of defeat for some of you. Now, interestingly, you take the reins in the overarching energies. So the first card we started off with was the Chariot, which is the Cancer energy, and we leave with the King of Wands, which is tapping into your fire energy, the Leo energy in you, male or female, there's no gender in tarot. Being in charge, being decisive, being independent, being optimistic, going for what it is that you want. So I feel that although there's an internal dialogue and an internal turmoil that's going on, you're in the process of learning to forgive yourself and to forgive whoever it is that was, not so nice, who kind of made you feel like you were left out in the cold. So Cleo, let's get 3 more cards. Let's find out what else it is that you need to know in relation to love, because I feel, I'll be honest, I don't see it coming in right now. I do, or potentially with that Knight of Pentacles being here, and it is slap bang in the center, so I feel it's taking its time to come in. But I just feel a lot of you are conflicted right now. There's a sense of defeat here. And I feel it's because you're either struggling to forgive yourself or to forgive them. All right, 3 cards. Let's find out what it is my gorgeous Cleos need to know. Yeah, look to the future. We've got the 3 of Wands. Now, for some of you, it could... Oh, yeah. I was going to say, for some of you, this could be traveling, moving abroad, to foreign lands. But seriously, it's looking to the future. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you may have been dealing with someone who was quite arrogant, who was reckless with your heart, maybe hyperactive. So, someone who's a bit like a pinball machine. It's someone who may have made you several promises, but they never delivered on it. May have promised you a commitment at some point in the distant future, but their actions pointed so far away from there being a commitment that it was untrue. Like, literally. You're being urged to look to the future here. And interestingly, so we had the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is someone who literally is just slapdash. They don't give a shit. They just do what they want. They're fairly arrogant. But then straight after that, we have got the 10 of Cups. So there is love that's coming in the future. And I feel like that's why the Knight of Pentacles is there. it's taking longer than is needed, but I feel that there's things that you need to do for you in the interim before this comes in. Yes, Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords. Someone's going to come in towards you. Could be a confession, but I actually feel that it's something that you won't see coming. It's going to take you by surprise, and it's a brand new, passionate beginning. Potentially it could be a fire sign. I'm getting a strong Aries for some of you. No, seriously, a strong Aries for some of you, because we've got the Emperor, the Fool, which are both Aries energies, and the Queen of Wands, Aries energy. So male or female, there's no gender in tarot, but there is someone who has fire energies or really strong fire placements that may be coming in to basically steal you away here. So yes, love is coming for you, Cleo, but it may be, you know, it's in the future. You need to watch out for this though, because I kind of get the impression that you may be blocked off to this. Now, you may be blocked off to this because you think that you may be put in a third party situation. Doesn't have to be. You may be blocked off to this because it could be someone from work. Just putting it out there. We've got the Three of Pentacles. Again, it doesn't have to be. But you may be questioning whether or not this will work. But what you don't realize is that you manifested this. Consciously or subconsciously. You called this person in and they're here. Or at least they're coming. Like I said, I'm getting strong Aries with this person. Yeah, I'm just looking at the cards that are actually down, and it's like Aries, Aries. Now, for some of you, it could be a Libra as well, but you may be slightly blocked off to it, and I understand why, but I also feel that for many of you, you may need to question where the blockage is coming from. And being that King of Wands energy, action orientated, moving towards it. All right, Cleo, that is it. It is a wrap. Now, if you have enjoyed this reading, then please do your girl a solid and smash that like button for me. For those of you who haven't already, I'd also really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be kept up to date on absolutely anything and everything that I upload on here. All right, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I will catch you next time. Bye.